Well, this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and the Women's Center of Mid-Minnesota in Brainerd held a candlelight vigil tonight to bring awareness to the impact of domestic violence. Logan Gay has our story.
The 4 cutouts of the victims from Brainerd who lost their lives to domestic violence was a grim reminder of how this kind of incident could happen to anyone. The Mid-Minnesota Women's Center held a candlelit vigil to honor all the victims in Minnesota that lost their lives to domestic violence.
There is no cookie-cutter domestic violence victims. They come in all walks of life. They're male and female. They can come from a wide variety of different backgrounds. It's just a problem that starts sometimes at an early age, and it's a pattern of behavior that people need to address and hopefully do something positive about.
Officers read off names of men and women of all ages. This year alone, 24 people have lost their lives to domestic violence.
Victims of domestic violence. In this state alone, there are several dozen who will lose their lives this year, and there are countless others who have been severely beaten and maligned and abused, and it's something we have to put an end to. So I'm doing what I can to learn more about the resources that are available to people who are victims to prevent these tragedies from happening. And Brainerd, Minnesota in particular is fortunate to have a wonderful resource center for women who are victims of domestic violence, and not just women, children, adults, anyone who's a victim of domestic violence. It's a much more serious problem than what people realize.
As the names of the victims were read off and the candlelit lilies floated down the river, it became clear that something more has got to be done to prevent this awful tragedy.
Biggest things that I can ask people to do is, number one, report incidents as they occur to police and offer resources to the person. A lot of times people are reluctant to report it. It's underreported. That's one of our big.
The Mid-Minnesota Women's Center is hoping that next year there will be fewer candlelit lilies to float down the river. In Brainerd, Logan Gay, Lakeland News.
If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, you should contact the website on the screen for more information about how to get help.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.